Echte Stimmen historischer Persönlichkeiten.
Wenn ihr den Rundfunk hört, so denkt auch daran, wie die Menschen in den Besitz dieses wunderbaren Werkzeuges der
Организовали борьбу против войны под лозунгом «Руки прочь от России».
Mi posición en torno al tratado de extradición es la misma que tiene la gran mayoría del pueblo colombiano, es decir, estar en contra.
Looking for ways that this energy could influence people. The beauty and aroma of the roses can be used as a medicine, and the sun's way.
Cette espèce de sympathie, amour, ou je sais pas, ou amitié que tant de gens me portent.
In one of the, just listening to the girl in the next room, was very thin. I had lost about.
And I want to reassure you that if we remain united and resolute, then we will overcome it.
Names fit their personalities. This pompous-looking individual is Doc, the self-appointed leader of the group. And this little...
Miss Marple insinuated herself so quietly into my life that I think I hardly noticed her arrival.
My father, he told me, my mother, my father, when I born in a small town.
I would like to say that I'm fully confident that in the end my husband will win this case.
Book, so-called Lord of the Rings, comes to the end of a long series of stories I've created in which the situation would be...
Whatever the result of the mission that brought me to London, I know that I...
Ob du glaubst, dass ich fleißig gewesen bin, dass ich gearbeitet habe, dass ich mich in diesen Jahren für dich eingesetzt habe.
I don't think it's possible for Mr. Nixon to state the record in distortion of the facts with more precision than he just did.
Alors, il faut prendre les choses comme elles sont, car on ne fait pas de politique autrement que sur des réalités. Bien entendu.
De todas formas, trataré. Ya no es un gobierno de fuerza, de monopolios norteamericanos, si en vez de ser nosotros.
Ну, я думаю, что тут нетрудно ответить на этот вопрос.
On the Atlantic flight, I had ice conditions and general storm. On this flight,
and I'm particularly glad because I got it from Broadway.
I can tell you that India has no intention, and I don't see any reason why in the future anything might arise that would lead.
I think all our society is run by insane people for insane objectives.
Last night I had a dream. When I got to Africa, I had one hell of a rumble. I had to beat Tarzan's behind first for claiming.
Without a song, the day will never end. Without a song, a man ain't got a friend. Without a song, the road will never bend.
Has the power to change the world. It has the power to inspire.
Con su cabeza asiática, sobre la que nace un pelo oscuro, tan delgado y fino que parece flotar en el aire, es un niño grande.
Che sono nate le grandi religioni, le grandi filosofie.
Friedrich Mohr am 7. Oktober 1889, die Foto und Kolonie sein.
Well, it's mostly in the morning because it's kind of noisy in Hong Kong, you know, around 3 million people there. And
when you grow up, you tend to get told that the world is the way it is, and your life is just to live your.
وسنزحف أنا والملايين لتطهير ليبيا شبر شبر بيت بيت دار دار.
Zutiefst davon überzeugt, dass im Laufe der gesamten europäischen Entwicklung.
You see, it all starts with a baby, we'll say at the age of 6 months, and the mother says, boo.
We look at death from a selfish side, like, you know, that guy died, oh, it's so sad. Why is it sad? He's away from all of this bad stuff that's here on earth.
You know, I'm not going to pretend that I know what's going on in the mind of a teenager. All I'm saying is Kyle made a mistake.
I unveil today in your capital city the noble.
After watching that film, I come to understand
if I could work that hard every day.
I think the biggest lesson, I think it was just nice to see how simple things can be. So this story is really...
But when I talk to someone who have to go to someone, and then I'm headed to fit up their business, and if it too...
Новый аппарат управления, лиценз советских организаций. Отныне наступает новая полоса...
I started as a neurologist trying to break a relief to my neurotic...
I'm sure that many whites, both North and South, have the feeling that we are pushing things too.
I had about a year and a half off, and I was drinking a lot, not anything terrible. I was just trying to forget about the fact that I had finished this relationship.
Mine is a stealthy killer. Long after conflict is ended, its innocent victims die or...
Yeah, and the only reason I grew up in a household of girls, so there were very few Batman comic books lying around. They were mainly like Archie.
El tema es que se me fueron mis dos viejitos. Ese es el único problema que tengo. Después, lo que me robaron, lo que me sacaron...
I'm not the leader of the band, by the way. No. Everybody calls me the leader of the band. I'm just the lead singer. No, there's no such thing. But I'm not the general.
My mother taught me how to sing. I had the singing in me, but she taught me how.
Well, listen, I've been kept in isolation for 6 months. I've been kept away from the press. I've been buried by you. You've been talking for 6 months.
I knew at the beginning that it would become just as boring as marijuana does, you know, like all drugs. After a few months, it's just...
I, for one, am frankly a little tired of all of the talk about editorials, quote, what's wrong with Hollywood, unquote.
I think everything that I've written comes generally from the heart, although the process of putting it together...
Who I was at the time was a totally unknown dancer in London, where was one of hundreds to be tested by William Wilde.
She's not dead at all. She's not buried in the East like you said, either. She's alive.
I don't know, man. They're just freaking out when we play. But they listen, though, which is a groovy thing.
I think the proudest thing that I've achieved professionally is global wildlife conservation.
Well, people love me and my music. You know I love them. I have no problems at all with people.
Hi, everybody. It was really special when I heard that the Hall of Fame was giving me a trophy.
But I must confess it feels good to be thought of as a person, not as a personality. Because...
And I have great faith, though. I have unshakable faith. I've never been angry with God. I've never been